Good morning. Welcome to CATEX-TV. My name is Frank Fortunato. This is a live broadcast from Princeton, New Jersey. Today is Wednesday, December 22nd, 2010. It's 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time in the United States. It's 4:30 p.m. in London. In Mexico City, it's 10:30 a.m. If you need to reach us during the broadcast, you can phone in toll-free at 1-866-67-CATEX. Overseas, our AOL instant mail address is CATEX-TV. It does look as if the United States Senate is going to approve the new Strategic Arms Limitation Treaty. So that is possibly some news of some import. We'll move to our news. The American economy expanded at a 2.6% pace in the third quarter. This is slightly faster than had previously been reported, mainly because of a higher inventory buildup. The Commerce Department released this statistic this morning. The government had previously reported third quarter growth of 2.5%. The stock market is up a little bit. It's reacting positively to this news. News from Germany, Hannover Re has finally reached agreement on the sale of all of its operational companies in its U.S. subsidiary Clarendon Insurance Group. They're selling it to Enstar Group in Hamilton, Bermuda. The purchase price is about $200 million U.S. This is equivalent to about 80% of the statutory equity of Clarendon. According to the press release, the sale of Clarendon offers clear benefits for both parties. The transaction affords relief to Hannover Re's balance sheet and frees up cash. What's more, the sale reduces the level of its reinsurance recoverables. Enstar, which specializes in insurance runoff and reinsurance runoff, will have the opportunity to run this portfolio off profitably through its economies of scale. Ulrich Wallen, the CEO of Hanover, said, "With the sale of Clarendon, we are parting with a subsidiary that has been in runoff since 2005. I'm sure that he could have said something far less generous, thereby freeing up resources that can be used to further grow our core business. Hanover had already parted with its active American primary insurance business in 2006 through the sale of Praetorian, for which it obtained a purchase price of $800 million U.S. at the time. So they've reaped $1 billion now for the sale of all of the Clarendon assets. Travel chaos in Europe seems to be easing a little bit. His picture of Heathrow Airport this morning, it doesn't look like it's easing much, but it does seem to have been eased. 70% of Heathrow's departures are expected to operate today. That's about 900 flights. Airport officials had set up 2 tents outside Terminal 3 on the concourse to handle overflow passengers. Computer screens at Heathrow showed 11 of about 50 incoming flights had been canceled. Frankfurt Airport in Germany said about 70 flights are canceled today out of about 1,300. This is a big improvement over yesterday's 550 cancellations. In Paris, Charles de Gaulle Airport is seeing about 15% of flights canceled today. Eurostar, which runs the Channel service to England, France, and Belgium, said that its routes are operating at a near normal schedule. California is getting ready for the biggest storm yet. This is after days of relentless rain. The most intense storm system of the season is expected right now, actually. It's begun to rain. Forecasters expect more rain across the state, but in Southern California, a monster storm is expected to bring torrential rain, thunderstorms, flooding, hail, and possible tornadoes. Forecasters are warning of possible rainfall rates of 1 inch an hour and thunderstorm rates of 2 inches per hour in the region. Steady rain began falling last night and it's expected to intensify. Right now is expected to be the peak time, about 7 a.m. I would not want to be in rush hour in Los Angeles right now with 2 inches of rain per hour coming in. Catlin is the latest now to join the parade of insurers and reinsurers re-upping their New Zealand quake cause from the September 4th Christchurch quake. They've raised by $10 million U.S. its loss estimate. They're saying based on total insured losses from the quake of between $5.5 billion U.S. and $6.5 billion U.S. This is a higher estimate than the consensus to date. Catlin thinks that its loss will be about $45 million. It's up from the previous estimate of $35 million. Catlin said that the vast majority of the loss arises from property treaty reinsurance contracts written out of our London office and our Bermuda underwriting hub. Catlin's estimate of the total insured loss is surprisingly high. At the beginning of this month, Swiss Re estimated insured losses at $2.6 billion. Aon came in last week at $3.05 billion. So Catlin is up now at about 6.5 maximum. This is obviously almost a doubling. The foreign currency markets are seeing some interesting activity today. The euro is gaining against the dollar and is pushing up from an all-time low against the Swiss franc. The reason is a news report floating around that China is getting ready to buy a significant amount of Portuguese sovereign debt. Here's a photo of President Wu of China with the Portuguese Prime Minister Socrates from earlier this year. A Portuguese journal de Negocios reported that China is looking to buy about 4 billion euros and 5 billion euros, and in between 4 and 5 billion euros of Portuguese sovereign debt to help the country ward off pressure in the debt markets. China's central bank declined to comment on the report, which said the deal reached between the two governments will lead to China buying Portuguese debt in auctions or in the secondary markets during the first half of next year. That'd be a big shot in the arm for Portugal. Well, all too often we forget that the entertainment industry is a very valuable insurance product. Many companies, underwriters and brokers make a lot of money insuring and reinsuring entertainment acts, movies, and the like. Well, there's a claim that's going to be wending its way around. The set of action star Dolph Lundgren's latest movie was rocked by an explosion in Vancouver, Canada yesterday. The Royal Canadian Mounted Police say that the blast happened yesterday afternoon in the Golden Ears Provincial Park in British Columbia. Lundgren is filming a movie called In the Name of the King 2. The explosion occurred as a propane heater was being filled. The victims of the blast, apparently 6 of them, were brought to the hospital by the mounted police in varying degrees of burns. There apparently are no serious injuries. Crew members were filling up propane tanks from a truck when there was a small explosion. I'm sure there will be some business interruption claims if the set or if anybody integral to the production is out for more than a week or so. That's all the news that we have today. It's a little slow. People are winding down. If we have breaking news, we'll come back and tell you. If not, we'll see you tomorrow, and thank you for watching.